What's up, guys? I'm Teala Dunn, and I'm here at the Instant Lounge at the YouTube House. We are here in Utah at the Sundance Film Festival, and I am joined with the legend, Bear McCreary. How are you?
Hey, Teala, I'm doing great.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
So is this your first time in Utah?
It is. It's my first time at Sundance. I've always dreamed of having a film at Sundance. I never dreamed of having more than one film at Sundance.
Yeah, you have 3 films here.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
That's insane. So this is his first Sundance, and he has 3 films. Like, what?
Yeah.
So tell us about the films.
Well, I scored a documentary called Unrest, which debuted on Friday. And it's by this really inspiring filmmaker who has ME CFS, which is chronic fatigue syndrome. And she's made this really inspiring film about this condition that is kind of controversial in the medical community. So it was like amazing to be a part of that. And I scored an Anne Hathaway monster drama called Colossal with Jason Sudeikis. And I can't even explain this movie. It's so weird and so cool and so powerful.
Sounds like my type of movie.
You'll dig it. It's really neat. And then I scored a movie called Rebel in the Rye.
Oh, wow.
Which is a biopic of J.D. Salinger writing the famous novel Catcher in the Rye. So it's this period piece about this artist, struggling with PTSD and inspiration, writing this novel that would kind of change the world, So that debuts on Tuesday, and I'm just here like hanging out and supporting the films and seeing what Sundance is all about.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. So you work on a lot of TV shows as well, like The Walking Dead. I mean, shout out to The Walking Dead. That's amazing. But tell us the difference between working on film versus television when it comes to music.
Well, it's interesting because each has their challenges and each has their rewards. With Walking Dead, we're going into the end of season 7.
That's
now.
insane.
7 years. I mean,
wow.
we'll get to 100 episodes of this thing. And so that comes with some challenges, keeping the material fresh, keeping it exciting, but also the show is so inspiring. Like, it keeps evolving and the characters keep changing. So that keeps it exciting and keeps it fresh. On a film, it's almost like the pressure is higher because you only have one shot. I just did 10 Cloverfield Lane last year.
Oh, wow.
So produced by J.J. Abrams and this first-time director, Dan Trachtenberg. And there were so many great ideas. The film was so inspiring and claustrophobic and terrifying and cool that I felt this pressure, like, I don't have a future episode of this. I don't get to keep exploring this world. I got this one shot to make a statement. And that was, a little daunting, but also ultimately really rewarding, to jam all these ideas into just this 1 2-hour movie.
That's amazing. And
I love them both.
How long does it take?
I always say it takes as much time as you're given, right? So I do a show called Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC.
That's amazing.
It's a network show. We're in our 4th season right now.
That's
it's going
a lot.
Super strong. I love the show. That show, because of the realities of network television and how they make them, I have a week per episode. And we do 22 of these things a year. So
that's
22 weeks out of the year.
That's not a lot of time.
It is not. And we use a full orchestra every week.
Wow.
So once a week, I'm in front of the orchestra doing this big, bombastic sort of superhero, super spy show.
Wow.
Contrast that with a show like Outlander on Starz, where it's on a premium cable network. They shoot all over the world now. They're shooting in South Africa and in Scotland.
Oh my gosh.
And because of that, they shoot really early. So I'll get an episode sometimes 6 months in advance. So I'll be able to sketch.
Okay,
and play
that's
around.
lovely.
It's wonderful.
That's wonderful.
But what's funny is, like, there's pros and cons to both. I mean, when you only have a week, you just got to come up with your best idea and you go for it and you learn to trust yourself. And sometimes when you have 6 months, you can end up.
You get to play around with it, feel it out.
So I love both, and that's what's so great about the way my career is kind of shaped out is I just have this tremendous variety. So I can do a pirate show like Black Sails, and then I can do a show like Walking Dead, and I can do a biopic of J.D. Salinger. It's so exciting for me to be able to just jump around and work with different people in different genres.
That's amazing. And you're killing it on social media. I checked your Twitter. You tweet a lot. It's great.
I do.
What's your favorite social media platform, if you had to pick one? Besides YouTube, of course.
I was going to say YouTube.
Right? I mean, come on.
There is something really fun about the being able to visually communicate with people. And especially for me, as a musician, I I honestly don't know why I have a social media following. I really don't, except that I love film music and I love making music. And I found that the more I can show people how that works, I bring cameras to recording sessions. I bring cameras when I'm meeting with producers and like something as simple as like playing an instrument called the hurdy-gurdy, which I played on Black Sails. And showing people how this weird instrument works. Like I get tons of views and I realize people care about a hurdy-gurdy. I don't know, but it's really great, especially with music, to be able to combine the visual aspect to show people, hey, that music that you're hearing, all this stuff has to happen. And a huge orchestra gets together, or you find a hurdy-gurdy and figure out how to play it. That's how this music is made. And I think that for a lot of people, music is something they enjoy and they appreciate and they love, but it doesn't necessarily occur to them how much work and passion has to go into it to make it real. And I think YouTube has been really great for me being able to communicate that to fans, you know?
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel. Like, how often do you post?
I post, I used to post a lot more. I'm posting a little less frequently now because I'm trying to make content that's even cooler and more informative and sometimes even like funnier, but you know, the YouTube channel started off with, it was very modest. I mean, my earliest videos are just sometimes like pointing a little digital camera. Like I think the first video I ever did, I was in the studio with some really cool musicians and it was Scott Ian from Anthrax.
Oh wow!
And I was like, I'm in the studio with Scott Ian recording some music for Battlestar, and I was like, here's a video of us. And then I was like, I wonder if people will want to see this.
Yeah.
And, you know, they really did. And then I started posting videos of me playing my music on the piano in my living room. And again, I thought, I wasn't sure if people would be interested, and people loved it, you know? I think the weirdest video I ever did that I realized how cool of a platform YouTube could be is, there's a track in Battlestar Galactica, which is a show I did, called Prelude to War, which is this epic piece for taiko drums and orchestra and ethnic soloists. And I transcribed every single part of my cue, Prelude to War, for accordion. So I played every single part on an accordion and just multi-tracked it and set up cameras, and I did all the split screen stuff. And it's this 9-minute huge epic orchestral piece, and I'm just playing the accordion parts and I'm like jamming out, and I thought, this is the weirdest thing I've ever done. I don't think anyone's gonna dig this. And people really loved it.
Wow.
You know? And I realized like that's really fun. And I've started now being able to share covers that fans do of my own music. So through YouTube I see people taking music. I saw this this woman did a cover of the Walking Dead theme in a heavy metal style with bagpipes.
Wow.
Okay, a heavy metal with bagpipe cover of The Walking Dead. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, I want to collaborate with her on something. This is awesome.
Wow,
so I just
amazing.
love the opportunity to explore music, show people how I do what I do, and also get to experience their interpretations of my music, and YouTube makes that possible.
I agree. I mean, social media is amazing. Speaking of social media, we have this nice GIF area over here where we can take cool pictures. So do you want to
let's do it for sure.
Let's do it. Okay, ready? 3, 2, oh. That was a good one. Oh, yes. Don't mess with us. That was, okay, usually we've been having to do this like a couple times. But
dude, that's really
good. You killed it
that's
on the
good.
first try. That's amazing.
Awesome.
Wow.
Thanks,
well, thank you so much, Bear. It was amazing meeting you. Congratulations on all your movies. Make sure you guys go check them out. And yeah, thank you for joining us.
This was a blast. Thanks.
Make sure you guys keep on being subscribed to this channel because we have a lot more cool interviews coming your way. Bye, guys. Don't forget to tap the bell.